Start walk-in reservations from the rack. Earlier, in taking a reservation, we started a reservation with the telephone icon. That's just one of the several ways to start a reservation. You can also start by locating a suitable site on the rack view first. So you have a much larger overview to work with. You can also narrow the site selection down by sites available and by type, just like on the new reservations dialog. Only the preferences selections aren't available on the rack. While either way works for walk-in reservations, we'll start with the rack for this example. So let's say we need a tent site for 3 days. If your park has more than a few sites, the tent sites may not be immediately visible on the rack. They may not even be listed one after another, depending on how you've arranged the sites. So first, limit the visible sites to tent sites by selecting tents from the site types. Now only the tents are listed. It's pretty obvious here which sites are available for 3 days. But for the sake of an example, let's assume there were many tent sites and most are occupied. We can further limit the selections by entering the dates and selecting available only. First, select the to date. By clicking on the down arrow button next to the date, a calendar will appear, so you can select the date without typing. Remember that the to dates for reservations are based on the last night, so for 3 nights, click on the appropriate date. In this case, the 13th. The calendar will close and the new to date will be shown. Now, check available only, which we already did, to remove any sites that can't accommodate the requested dates. Okay, now you can see exactly what's available. Double click on today's cell. For example, T1. This is highlighted in blue below. Remember that the red line is today's mark, so today is always a column to the right of it. If you have difficulty double clicking, you can right click on it and select New Reservation to do the same thing. Either way, the new reservation dialog will be displayed. Since we already selected the site and dates on the rack, those are already filled in for us. Now we need to enter the customer information. Let's say this customer is not yet in our database. Go ahead and enter a name in the last name field. Let's use Thomas and press enter. There are no Thomas in our database yet, so you will see the message. No matching customers were found. If there had been others, they would be listed. Since this is a new customer, we can now just press the enter key. To select the default action, which is add new, the customer details dialog will appear, where you can enter as much information as you like for this customer. When that's done, click save to save that customer in the database. You will then be taken back to the new reservations dialog, and the customer information you entered will be shown. The How Found field will be highlighted, so you can select an appropriate item if you like. Okay, we're almost done. Click the check-in button to check him in. Since he's here now, after a confirmation prompt, the transactions dialog will be shown. Since auto rates are enabled, the charges are already added. The charges you see may differ if weekend days are included in the reservation dates. Now just enter the payment and print a receipt. As covered earlier in checking in and adding charges. After that's done, you can go back to the rack. To do that, click on the Reset Today button right here. Now the full rack is back and you're ready for the next one.